Hi, welcome to another episode of Horticulture and Homes. Today I'm dehydrating potatoes and I'm using a commercial vegetable cutter to cut my potatoes. This is a great tool to have. I cook my potatoes in boiling water until they're just tender. I peeled them before I cooked them. However, you can cook them first and remove the peeling later. I cut the potato in half, and then I cut it into large sections so that it fits into the cutter. And I'm using a large dice here, and this is perfect for soups and stews. Since this cutter is non-electric, it's worth looking at to have around. It also makes very quick work of vegetable products. So it's something you might want to have in your kitchen if you do a lot of canning, freezing, and dehydrating. This particular vegetable cutter is commercial grade, and it's constructed of aluminum and stainless steel. You can see that this cuts very, very easily. Now I place my vegetables onto the dehydrator trays. Notice that this cutter is mounted on a wooden base. The base did not come with it. My husband mounted it for me. I happen to have this post in the middle of my kitchen, so I just take a clamp and clamp it onto the post so that it's temporary, and I just get it out when I need to use it, and then I store it in the cabinet when I'm not using it. I purchased this cutter on an online auction. There are a lot of home versions of this machine out there, but I really like this commercial version a lot better, and it really doesn't cost that much more. Okay, now I'm taking a flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to remove just a couple bolts so that I can take the cutting blade and remove the plastic push block so that I can wash it. There's very little cleanup. There are two strips of wood which are mounted to the back of the large piece of wood. And the reason for that is because the cutter is actually mounted to the large piece of wood with nuts and bolts. So the actual nuts protrude out the back. So those strips of wood act as a spacer so that those bolts don't put holes into my wall. A simple clamp, and then I can remove the whole machine. And here you can see how it's mounted with the bolts. It's quick, it's easy, it's heavy duty. I wish I'd bought one before or now. Here are the different size push blocks that came with my cutter. and the cutting blades. I can cut numerous amounts of vegetables with these cutters and push blocks. This is the medium size. The cutting blades themselves are stainless steel, and then they're actually in a aluminum frame, and then that push block is plastic. That was the large push block, which I used for the potato, and here's the small dice. So I can really do a lot with this machine and these cutting blades. Okay, now I have my potatoes in my dehydrator, and I'm going to set that dehydrator to 125 degrees. And then I'm going to let this go overnight. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in.